Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the weekend banger. It's time for the weekend banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the weekend banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, man, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the morning times, and I promise y'all, it's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. Why not stay out the way, man? That's the best life to live these days, man. Crime don't pay no more, man. People that's still out here doing crime, man, they just don't know what the other side looks like, man. Trust me, they knew what the other side looks like, and I'm talking about them prison cells, them long nights, them lonely nights, away from your family, away from your kids, away from your parents. I'm letting you know now, man, a lot of people will change their minds. So that's all I'm trying to get y'all to do is just understand that the other side is not where you want to be. You out here right now. You on the street right now. If you're watching this, you on the street. Stay out the way, man. Change your life around, man. It don't work out when you go to prison, man. You lose a lot. You become a nobody. You got to start from the beginning. You don't want to do that, man. So just stay out the way and change your life around, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the weekend banger game. So what I need y'all to do with this one, like, share, subscribe. So y'all, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Messed Up His Release Date. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, but we are aware, people. We are in penitentiary, man. Crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, I have seen dudes do the unthinkable, man. Like, when you mess your release date up, like, that's just out of control right there. There's no excuse for that, man. Like, I did a lot of things in there, man. I told the line with getting money, trying to get phones. I did a lot of things in penitentiary, but like, I could never imagine if I would have ever really messed up my release date. Like, when my people knew I was coming home and they waiting, like, I'm short, like I'm about to get out there, and I would mess that up, man. I couldn't even like imagine the type of letdown that would be for my family, man. Not only just for myself and my family. I have seen people fumble the ball right at the goal line, man. I'm telling y'all, man, prison is a dangerous place, man. But with that being said, though, we on Greensville for this one, y'all. We on Greensville. And I can remember being in the go home pod, man. This was crazy. This is like around the time when I'm finally like, you know, like I'm figuring it out. It don't take me long to figure out what I need to do. What's the routine? Like how I gotta move. Like I'm a veteran to penitentiary, like by now. I have been locked up over 15 years. So I feel like I have seen it all, man. Like there's nothing that nobody can come with. There's nothing that I haven't saw yet. There's nothing that I haven't heard yet. There's no lie that nobody ever came to me with. I have heard and seen it all by now, man. I am a freaking locked up penitentiary veteran by now. I'm just waiting to get out, man. And my release date is around the corner. So like, I just put my mind and my body into a place where I was feeling like, man, as long as nobody don't disrespect me, I'm gonna stay out of everybody's way, man. Of course, I'm not gonna try to get no money. Of course, I'm gonna stay out the way in that type of aspect, you know what I mean? But like, long as nobody don't bother me, man, I ain't got no problem with nobody. And I was thinking like that because where they moved me to, like, this was a whole new, like, I have seen different environments when it came to prison, but this environment was different. Like being on Greensville, like that junk was a whole new ball game, man. Like I started noticing like, the people that was in there, like, you know what I mean? Like in my block particular, like they didn't really care about their release date. Now, a lot of people did, like, but when you seen them start caring about it, it's like, yo, they got 2 weeks left. He go home next month, like stuff like that. But dudes that still got like 6-8 months left, they was still moving around like they was still doing their bid. And I couldn't understand that, man. So I used to see that and I used to be like, yo, this is crazy that this is the go home part and dudes are still this active. Me, I couldn't get involved in that, man. I had to move better. I had to think better, man. I had people out there waiting for me to come home, man. So I had to really tighten up and get ready to get to the streets. And that was the only option, man. That's all I was thinking about. So like I say, man, around this time right here, I'm just kind of like just sticking to myself. I got a couple of people I talk to, and I'm working out. I'm just staying out of people's way, man. I'm being in the cell a lot. I'm using the phone, and I'm just doing me. That's all I'm doing, man. So like, everybody saw that when I came in. Like, everybody can tell, because people knew me. It was a few people that knew me, but it was a lot of people that didn't know me, because this was a whole new camp. But dudes can tell a real dude off the top. So like, I come in there, you know, I ain't on no sucker stuff. I'm quiet. You know what I mean? I'll get on the phone. They see that I'm gonna go for this phone, definitely. Like, I'm gonna go for that phone. That was the only maniac thing that I probably was involved with the whole time I was in that block, was seeing I'm gonna fight over this phone. And that was crazy, because you gotta protect your jack, because that's just how it is in there, man. So like, everybody knew to count on me, basically, is what I'm saying. So like, I was just in there, man, just staying out the way. So it was this one dude, man, we're gonna call him Miles. Miles used to work out with me, you know what I mean? Like, he was a cool dude. He used to work out and everything was straight, you know what I mean? Like, he was the only dude I would work out with. And he wasn't even a dude that was about to go home. Like, he was just a dude that was locked in up there, been in the pod, got a job, move around, and they rock with him like that. So he was able to stay in that pod. But bro had a lot of time, though. I ain't gonna lie. Bro had a decent amount of time, man. But he was still a cool dude. Me and him would build about different things, and everything was straight. But me and him was the only one that would work out. I'm working out majority in the pod. That's why I used to work out at. Like, I wouldn't work out until we come back to after count. Like, I wouldn't work out in the early mornings. Sometimes I would, but I wouldn't work out in the early mornings, because that's when we had those classes and stuff like that. But I would work out probably like in the after count. After count is like after 10:30, 11 or something like that. When they open the doors, stand by for child soon. Like, that's when I would work out. I would even work out then, or I would work out after lunch, because we would go to lunch when those counts is clear too. So it depends, but either way, I'm getting it in. You know what I mean? I used to be my thing. I would get it in around that time, go hop on the jack, go take a shower, go make me something to eat, and my day was a wrap, man. That's how I carried it. So me and Miles would work out every day through the week, Monday through Friday. We wouldn't work out through the weekend. So everybody used to watch our routine, because our routine was like, I was doing like, I ain't gonna lie, I did a cheat code, y'all. I was a fat boy the whole time locked up. I ain't gonna lie. I waited until I got to Greensville, and I went bananas for that little year and change. You hear me? I went bananas, man. I'm talking about, we doing 20, every step, we doing a dub. Every step, we going up the steps. They got the steps right there. You know what I mean? It was like a perfect place for dudes to do push-ups at, because it was like all the way in the back. Like, that staircase wasn't like how Sussex 2 in Lawrenceville was, like right there and right there. Now, they had one like that was all the way in the back to get to the tier. So like, we used to just do them joints, boom. And then when we'll get up the joint, we'll knock out a 50 ball. And then we started like holding the ankles going up the steps doing it. Then I had them like I had my feet like on a laundry net, and we would just be sliding with our arms. And every 10 slides, we'll knock out a quarter. You know what I mean? So we doing it all the way down the tier, all the way down, like do all the way down to like that side of the tier. And we'll do it back, and we'll just take turns. So dudes just be like, man, y'all getting it in. Everybody used to try to work out with us. But I used to clap the jump, you know what I mean? Because I didn't really rock with everybody. I wasn't even trying to start nothing up. So everybody used to try, man, let me get in the workout. Like, nah, bro, like we doing us. Then the dude Miles will bring the laundry. He'll bring the water bag out, put the water bag like behind the little joint. We'll do supersets. We'll do the push-ups off the steps. We'll go to the water bag, knock the curl game out, leave the water bag, go to the steps where I told y'all they got the pull-up bar game, knock out a 10 clip on the pull-up bar game, man. We was doing our thing in there. I ain't even gonna lie, I came home right. I blacked out. I lost massive weight. I'm talking about I blacked out. So like, everybody used to see us, man, and dudes used to like our workout, man. Like, I wasn't going outside messing with the weights or none of that. So like I say, that pod was a different pod. They had people in there, old heads. They had dudes going home. They had dudes that ain't supposed to be in there. It was like a mixed pod of like just all cycles on the low. Like, that jump was crazy. So everybody that used to come in there, I didn't know nobody. I ain't gonna lie. I used to always be like, I ran across a couple dudes, but it seemed like nobody was coming there from Lawrenceville and nobody was coming there from Sussex. So this was like the first time ever in my bid that I really didn't know a lot of dudes like crazy. So the morning times, I ain't gonna lie, if they ain't had nothing good for breakfast, or if I would go to breakfast, it'll be nothing to do in the morning time sometimes if you don't have program. So like, I'll just stay in the cell and just take a nap. And like, for real, you couldn't cover your window up, you couldn't cover the nothing up, so it's just bright in your cell like through the day, morning time. So I just used to go in that joint, put the joint over my eyes, and just lay down and it's take a nap, man. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how my mornings used to go. So I remember coming up, I remember waking up, like my roommate coming to the joint was like, yo, they locking down. I was like, oh, they about to count. He like, yeah. I was like, man, let me get some ice. I'm thirsty. So I just woke up, I threw my flip-flops on, I shoot down the steps. I get down the steps, I'm like, Get the ice on. Turn around. Dude say, Weezy. I look at bro, I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, you was in Lawrenceville, right? I'm like, yeah. He was like, 60 building, right? I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, George, man, you don't remember me? And I had to really look at him. I had to really look because I'm like, man, I'm like, oh yeah, bro. Cause he like, this is when I saw him. I remember him from when I went to 60 building in 2009. Now this is 2015, the end of 15 that we talking about. So like, this was a little while ago. So I didn't see him no more on the compound like that. But what I do remember from George on Lawrenceville, like he was one of them young boys. Now he a little older now, but he was one of them young boys that like didn't really care about like he just like, you know, sometimes people stumble onto Lawrenceville. Sometimes people get on Lawrenceville by accident, or sometimes they just get sent there from receiving on some super lucky stuff. But like, he was one of those guys that just didn't cherish Lawrenceville, man. Like he didn't care. That young boy did not care, man. They had him in the pod with all those dudes that be in that junk, shake, rattling, and rolling, man. And like, I feel like that was the wrong place for him. Now, Lawrenceville had just did a move. Like, if you was under 26, if you was under 20, 30 or something like that, I forgot, you was under 30 or something like that, they was moving you to the building where all the members was at, where I was at in 40 building in the beginning of Lawrenceville. And then they had all like dudes that was like 30 and up, slightly in this side of the yard, 60 building, but still scattered young dudes in the other buildings. But 60 building was the one that they really did that project on. So to see a dude younger than me in there, it threw me off because I remember they said that this wasn't that. But I think as the time went on, because I was in 40 building for at least a month and a half, 2 months. So I think as the time went on, they just started like anybody again. You know what I mean? Like they just kind of filtered out the members to get them out that building. I think that's what they did. So I see bro in there, like when I come in there, like, man, I'm telling you, man, like as soon as I come in the joint, he got in the as soon as I got in there, for real. Like he was in the block twice. This word, he was in the block twice. This is my second day in there. I didn't see him the first day I was in there, but the second day I was in there, I spotted him. I'm like, damn, bro, young boy. Now, I ain't even gonna say where he from. I ain't gonna do that, man. I ain't gonna do that. Cause I know this whole incident right here, he was job upset, you know what I mean? But like for real, I come in the block, man, the second day in the jump, man. This man get into it at the microwave with a boy. Now, he young. He don't really know. I think he don't really know. This is what I'm thinking, that he don't really know. But getting into it with a boy is a bad move. Like I know this, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of repercussions behind that. There's a lot of dangerous things that can happen behind that. Like you need to be careful. So that's the reason why I don't ever want to get into it with him. But he had the microwave and he arguing with the boy, and the boy like, I'm next. I'm next. So they keep trying to get in front of each other. So like after the third time, the boy trying to get in front of him, he was trying to get in front of the boy. He was just like, boom. He just pushed the boy with his forearm, and the boy was like, and the boy tried to run up on him. The other boy grabbed him like, no, girl, don't do it. He ain't worth it, girl. So the boy went and told his boyfriend. Man, I promise you, man, his boyfriend came out and pulled up on Young Blood. He pulled up on George. He was like, hey, what you doing putting your hands on my boy? What you doing, man? George had his bowl of soup, man. He put that joint down. He was like, what you say? He was like, man, what you doing putting on my boy? He just stole dude. Dude was like a little short dude. He stole on old head and start beating dude up. I'm watching him from the top tier, like he just on top of the old head, like he just blocking out. I'm like, what the heck? Police running the jump, handcuff him up. Him and the old head go to the hole. The boy was done sick that he messed the play up. Got his boyfriend out the cell. I promise you, man, like a month later, they move him back in the block. He come back in the block, man. He come back in 61 pod. So that's when I kind of got to like talking to him a little bit, because like it was one day that we both didn't go outside, and we was out in the park looking at Sports Center or something. Everybody was at the TV that stayed in, and I just was talking to him, and I was like, I just started laughing. I'm like, yo, bro, why you beat that dude up like that over the boy? He was like, nah, cause I just don't play that, man. Like, ain't nobody gonna disrespect me. Ain't nobody gonna disrespect. I was like, bro, I know. I'm like, look though, bro, future references though, bro. You don't want to be fighting, you know what I mean? No boys or nobody that mess with them boys. I said, cause you know they use an unprotected sex. I said, you know, things can go wrong. You mess around, get scratched, you get blood on you, anything like that. I said, that's why I don't be trying to fight him. Like, you know, things can go wrong, bro. He like, man, I don't care about that. If it's my time, it's my time. Like, I ain't gonna let nobody disrespect me. So I'm like, man, I just like took it like, bro, it was crazy. So I remember when I had got the tobacco, he had came and hollered at me, asked me, can he get a job? And I gave him a couple of roll-ups to sell, you know what I mean? So I gave him some roll-ups to sell. He did an all right job, man, but like he just too aggressive. Like that was his whole problem. People was coming back, hey, Weezy, look, I'm gonna buy a roll-up from you. Man, young boy, George, crazy, man. I ain't got time for him, man. So just in a nutshell, y'all, pause, like just breaking down his whole, the actions of, we was in 60 building, like bro was a psycho, like, you know what I mean? So now me seeing him in Greensville, the first thing that come to my mind is when he called me, is like, what are you doing in this block? So I see him, he like, yo, what's up, Wiz? I'm like, man, I'm like, yo, bro, what you doing? He a little older now, you know what I mean? He like in his middle 20s now. You know what I mean? He probably like in the middle 20s. He's probably like 26 now, 27, something like that. He like, hey, Weezy, man, what's up, man? I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? What you doing here, man? He was like, man, they moved me over here. They said they ain't got no room in the re-entry on the other side. So they said, they got this re-entry over here too. I was like, yeah, it is, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, but look, though, you about to go to the crib? He was like, yeah, I'm about to deal with Weezy, man. He was like, I go home January, man, 2016, man, January the 8th. I'm like, for real, man? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, I was like, bro, on everything, I was like, I promise you, George. I was like, bro, I promise you, George, I never knew you were short. I never knew you. He was like, yeah, I'm short. I was short the whole time. I was like, bro, the way you was out there on Lawrenceville, bro, you acting like you had an L note game, y'all. So boom. He was like, man, go ahead, Weezy. I said, bro, you used to move around like you had an L note, bro. My word, bro. He was like, man, I just ain't, like, matter of fact, he was like, look, it's a lot of red teams up here. I was like, bro, it's red team everywhere, bro. What do you mean? Yeah, they up here. He was like, yeah, because I had just got it. They shit me from the hole. He was like, I didn't even know they was going to shit me. He was like, man, they shit me from the hole, man. He was like, I been left Lawrenceville. He said, I left Lawrenceville and went to Buckingham. He said, I was on Buckingham, man. He said, I got into it with the red team on Buckingham. I was in the hole for 3 months. He said, they shit me from the hole. He said, I ain't care though, because I'm about to go to the crib. I'm like, bro, that's crazy, man. I was like, yeah, but they up here though, man. You know what I mean? He was like, man, I ain't thinking about them, man. He was like, man, I talk to my people. He was like, I just want to go home. I'm just tired of being locked up, man. He was like, man, for real, just ready to go home, Weezy, man. I was like, bro, listen, I go home March 2016, bro, the end of March. So you might as well say April. I was like, what, for real, bro? I'm short, bro. I was like, once you on a year status, like about year, I said, it's time to go home, bro. So boom. Like, I'm just trying to pep talk him a little bit. Like, bro, we at the gate. We are at the finish line, bro. So he like, yeah, that's what's up. So he was like, who be on the phones over this joint? Who be over the phones? So I'm like, yo, we got a jack. You know what I mean? I was like, dude just went home too that be rocking with us. I was like, you know what I mean? I said, I'm gonna introduce you to the people I be on the jack with. So as he's saying that, I see Jersey come across the pod. I was like, yo, Jersey. I called Jersey, walked over there. I was like, hey, look. I said, this George, man. I said, look, he from such and such, man. I said, look, I rock with him, man. He cool, young boy. I said, man, he about to go to the crib. I said, he trying to get in the phone line, man. Jersey was like, it's cool with me. Just holler at Doc. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. So he was like, I'm going to holler at Doc for you. I got you. So he went to holler at Doc. So we introduced him to Doc. He was in. Now we have another goon on our line. Because that's what all the phone lines is about, man. Like, you need as many goons as possible. You can keep the phone line regulated, y'all. So boom. So now George is on the line with us, man. So like, from the first day of him being in there, then when I seen him, like, he was all right. Now, George slept in the cell next to my man that was from Lawrenceville. I think my man from Lawrenceville was on the third cell in the bottom tier as soon as you come in, and George slept in the cell beside that. So I introduced him to everybody that I rock with, man. Like, just to kind of break the ice, he can see, because I know how it feels to come in this block. You don't know nobody. Like, this camp is weird. Like, I didn't know nobody. I've been locked up forever. I don't really know nobody. I promise you, man, that's how Greensville was. But I introduced him to everybody I job be talking to. So he was job, all right, he was locked in. He was about to go home. He just had to do nothing but just stay out of the way. So now he asked me, he was like, look, bro. So the next day roll around. So that morning, he didn't see me. I ain't come out. So then later on at the count, he see me and bro rocking out. We on the steps, boom, getting push-ups and boom, boom. So he coming over there talking to me. And I don't really like talking when I'm working out because I got to move my headphones and I got to hear what somebody's saying. Like, I can do it, but like, I'd rather just be in my zone and just rock. But like, he come over there, I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, yo, I'm trying to get in the workout. What's up, Weezy, man? Put me in the workout with you. I'm like, bro, all right, bro, you can get in the jump. Now, I let him do it because I knew he needed something. He needed something to keep him occupied. You know what I mean? He needed something. So I'm like, all right, bro, that's a bet. You a lock. So, like, man, tomorrow when we start, just, you know what I mean? You got some workout clothes. He was like, yeah, I was working out at Buckingham in the hole. I was like, all right. So when we come out the next day, he was with it. Me and bro banging out. He banging out with me and Miles. I introduced him to Miles. Miles kicking it with him like everybody on their workout game. That's what we doing. So the first 3-4 days of working out with him went perfect. You know what I mean? That joint went perfect, man. Now, he still had a problem with the la-la and the tobacco. Like, I'm talking about when I say have a problem, like, he still, like, chased that. Now, me, I didn't chase it, like, at all. Like, if I needed it, I would go buy. You know what I mean? I remember when I got the holiday pack. My people sent me the holiday pack. I told them don't do it, but they still sent me a Christmas holiday pack in December. I get it. Massive food. I don't really care about this stuff no more. So a lot of that stuff I bought la-la and tobacco. I ain't gonna lie, I don't hurt urban peoples, man. That's my word. I bought Lala and tobacco, man, because I didn't really need it. I didn't need all that. I didn't want to eat like tuna fishes and all. I won't even eat it like that no more. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was done with soups. Like, it was a wrap for me, man. So like George still would chase. Now. George had to get used to that door I was telling y'all about when dudes be back there messing with the Lala, messing with the tobacco. It's like a back door to get to outside, but you can go in and jank and dudes be in there blowing. So George had to get used to that. When George would get mad, when dudes would be in there, like his problem, like he just had a quick temper, man. Like his temper, like that's what really gets him in trouble, man. Like to this day, I don't know what George at, but I just hope that his temper changed, because I have a quick temper, but I learned to work on it, man, because if you don't, that can land you right back where we was just at in penitentiary, y'all. So boom. But his temper was quick, I'm telling y'all, man. So he had a problem with when dudes would be in the back, messing with the Lala, messing with the tobacco already. Like, too many people can't fit in that joint. So, like, you got to rotate, you know what I mean? Like, after dudes handle their business, they ain't parlaying, they getting out of there, and the next person will come in there. So, he will be waiting, and just say it's like a dude's in there, or just say it's a dude waiting to go in there, and somebody already in there. Like, you'll see George, he'll just be like this. Like, he was a funny, impatient young boy, man. George was like a brown-skinned, excuse me for this, y'all. George was like a brown-skinned dude, a little shorter than me. George was like a brown-skinned dude, a little taller than me. You know, he was like slim, had his little weight up as far as for a slim dude. He ain't look like he was no chump or nothing, man, but like, he just used to be looking crazy. So I'm watching him one day. I kept my headphones in there, especially when I went over the crib. I'm watching him. He's standing over there by the back door. He like this. Dude's right there. He like, hey, yo, how much longer y'all gonna be? How much longer y'all gonna be? Dude's like, what? Like, man, how much longer you gonna be? So I see him like, yo, George. He like, yo. I'm like, come here, man. We sitting over by our phone, me and Jersey. Like, come over there. He like, what's up? I'm like, yo, bro, sit down, man. He's like, you trying to hit this cigarette? I'm like, nah, I'm good. He like, man, look, why they hogging the back door like that? I'm trying to go back there and handle my business, man. Dudes inconsiderate. That's what I be talking about, Weezy, man. So I'm like, yo, bro, just chill, bro. Like, relax, bro. Like, man, that joint ain't nothing. You gonna get back there. I said, if you don't, just do it in your cell. Like, it don't matter, bro. He like, as I'm talking to him, he can't even concentrate on what I'm saying. He like, yeah, but I'm saying though, Weezy, like, yeah, I hear you though, man. I'm like, bro, do you hear me, bro? For real, bro. I said, because look, bro, we chilling, bro. Like, this ain't, you know what I mean? He like, man, I'm saying though, like, dudes be wildin'. So the dude that was back there, was this old head dude, one of the old head dudes that got to class. Everybody knew he was a shake, rattling roller. Now, he didn't have nobody in the cell when he was shake, rattling roller, but everybody knew he was one of those old heads that was running the classes. They used to shake, rattle, and roll. It was in his rap sheet. He had shake, rattle, and roll in his rap sheet. I promise y'all. So, bro didn't really, I don't know if bro knew this or not. George, I don't know if he knew this or not, man, but all I know is when the old head came out the joint, the old head was a little shorter than George. But he was nobody trying to get, he wasn't trying to get in nobody's way either. You know what I mean? He wasn't trying to get in nobody's way, but I promise you, man, the old head dude come out the joint. So he come out the joint, he was with a white dude. Now, the white dude that he's with, I didn't ever talk to this dude, so I don't know what was going on. You know what I mean? They was back there. So when they come out the joint, George was like, yeah, look, hold on. So George just dipped from us. I'm like, shh. I tell Jersey was like, he ain't gonna last in this joint. I was like, nah. So I said, bro, I don't even know what he's doing in his pod. I said, I was on Lawrenceville with him. I said, man, I thought bro had an elbow game, y'all. So boom. Jersey was like, man, that's crazy. I said, bro, he moved different. I said, because he one of them wild young boys. So we look and he shoot back there. So the old head dude come out. He like they were messing with the Lala. Old head dude like, and the white dude like, man, white dude come out. They looking smack. He pull up. He was like, man, look, man. Why y'all need to pick and roll, man? We trying to pick and roll the back door. Y'all back there look like y'all making love or something, man. What you back there making love? So when he said that, the white dude was like, making love? What are you talking about? Making love, man. I don't making love with nobody, man. What are you talking about, man? I don't move like that. Who are you talking to, man? So as he said that, man, my word, George smacked him. Bah! I couldn't believe it, man. George smacked the toboggan off that white dude. I was like, ooh. From the back table, I'm like, my word. He smacked dude. Bah! White dude said, he backed up. White dude was like, you see the white dude fist ball up. George was like, yeah, come on. Yeah, come on, what's up? He was moving. He was a straight young boy fighting stance. He was like, yeah, come on. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Y'all ever seen the young boys in hands like this? He's like, yeah, what's up? What's up? What's good? He kept moving aside. What's up? What's going on? What's up? What's up? Oh, head dude was like, hold on, man. Hold on, man. Why you hit that man? Why you hit that man? Jersey like, come on, we get up. We shoot back there. He was like, yo, come on, bro. He was like, nah, bro. Who you think he disrespecting, man? Who you think he disrespecting, man? He tripping. Who you think he disrespecting, man? He tripping, man. White dude was like, man, I ain't disrespect you, man. You disrespecting me. You disrespecting me. So we all get on like, chill out, bro. What you doing, bro? You wilding, bro. He was like, no, Weezy, man. Yeah, they gonna respect me and hear one thing about it. Yeah, they gonna respect. I said, bro, listen, bro. You about to go to the crib, bro. What are you doing, bro? Like, it ain't even that serious, my guy. Like, what are you doing? He said, man, no, Weezy. No, I don't care. I don't care. The old head dude just looking at him, growling like, the old head dude looking like, man, this was 1975. I'll probably get you on your knees and fix it, y'all. So boom. Pause. I don't know what the old head was thinking, man, but the old head looked angry. Old head looking like, you know, like, cause they got a lot to lose if they jump out there, man. One wild young boy get you to crash out. It's a crazy situation, man. So George like, yeah. I'm like, man, chill out, George, man. Chill, man. So his celly come out. His celly like, man, look, man, you got to calm down, man. What are you doing? Celly kind of older dude. You know, don't want no problems, man. He moved in the cell with the man. You know, everybody trying to school a young blood. That's what people try to do, to keep him out the way. He like, man, you got to chill out, man. You got to chill out, man. You got to chill out. So they come in the jaw say, lock down, lock down. So the white dude just like, white dude go up the steps, mad. White dude don't do nothing, no. So the black dude, old head dude, talk to him all the way up the steps. They go in the cell, we lock down. So we locked down. So I told y'all ain't no windows in the doors. So why after they counted, man, I promise you, man, I hear George say, hey, man, look, man. Yeah, hey, look, man, I ain't trying to hear all that, man. You ain't my daddy, bro. Hey, look, stop, man. You ain't got to keep talking to me about that, man. I told you that's over with. You ain't got to keep talking to me. Dudes like, man, listen. You got to listen, man. That's your problem. George like, man, what you talking about? Oh, you're so I get up, I come to the door. Jersey come to the door because it's under Jersey. Like, I can look at Jersey because I'm on this side of the top tier, Jersey on the other side of the top tier, but we can look at each other, but the fighting is downstairs because they on the bottom tier. So Jersey like, I'm like, he like, that's word. That's my word. So the count was clear. Man, count was clear. I promise you, man. As soon as the police came in that joint, they went straight to his cell. Police got down, went to their cell. That's all you seen was the old head dude walking out like this. He was going to the hole. He was like, bad feet ass.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.